Where last we left the Crimson Bones. It's been quite a while. And our brave adventurers had an encounter with the Dark Elves of House Stakar. A very interesting interaction indeed. Afterwards, the party fled rather quickly down south in pursuit of the Fog Forest to hopefully gain some distance between themselves and their potentially angry Dark Elf once allies and get closer to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker's master, Lokir Bitterroot. It was then that during your encampment of the night, you were encountered by the one and only Brandon Reiger, who was very inquisitive and interested in your findings as the Dark Elf encampment and primarily spoke with Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. After bidding him farewell and pushing further into the Fog Forest, the next night, you all encountered a strange pack of shadow cats that seemed to be attacking some type of corvid or raven. Unfortunately, you managed to slay the shadow cats, but not before they slew this messenger raven. However, the message that the raven held was still intact, and you found it to be from House Stakar. To be precise, it was a warning that the Crimson Bones were likely not to be as treated as kindly upon their next interaction with House Stakar. Taking that into account, the Crimson Bones pushed ever further into the Fog Forest, eager to see where your adventure would take you. And it wasn't long before the party realized that Master Bone-Breaker, navigator and sole individual able to find Lokir Bitterroot's area, was unable to find the path. Thinking about what to do next, the party was set upon by a terrible stampede of Struthiomimus. It was a roaring rampage, and it was thought that Syphax was lost in the confusion. The party recovered their young bard and discovered one of the fabled demon doors, paying the price in gaining some dank items. After a brief correspondence from the Archdruid, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker found the trail once again, and with little delay, safely brought the rest of the party over to the great tree of Lokir Bitterroot, only to be struck by how different the atmosphere was since you had last been there but about 2 days ago. A small creature was seen and was quickly dispatched with a terrible display of power by Lokir Bitterroot. Clagon and Waldwin were sights for sore eyes, left just about where you found them. And Brandon Reiger made his presence known once again, seemingly an associate of Lokir Bitterroot as well. He explained Lokir Bitterroot wasn't feeling well, and wasn't feeling well before his arrival, and left, saying that he would like to discuss serious matters in a few days' time when Lokir Bitterroot was feeling better. Until then, the Crimson Bones will have to occupy themselves. And here is where we rejoin the party now, gentlemen. High noon, by the great tree of Lokir Bitterroot, deep within the Fog Forest. Unsure of how long it will take for Lokir Bitterroot to recover his strength, you guys seemingly have some time to kill. And that is more or less where we find you now, gentlemen. Deep in the confines of what you believe to be safety of Lokir Bitterroot's abode. All is quiet. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker has just brought the rather delirious and confused Lokir Bitterroot to bed for the evening. And the three of you, along with Syphax, are left to your own devices within the great tree.
Very good.
Where's Skeezewell in all this?
Skeezewell, Binbag, I would say you are in the great tree with Ulzgud and Mandion and company. you have just finished, I will mention, Master Binbag, identifying and attuning to your new magical item. You will find what I believe is a ring of defense in your inventory that you managed to scrounge from last episode.
Yes, I see the ring. So
yes.
Do I have those abilities currently, or do I need to do anything?
You do have those abilities currently. I haven't added the shield spell to your spell list for fear of it, like confusing, the character sheet as to how many spells you really have on like a level up and shit like that. So, but yes, for all intents and purposes, the Ring of Defense is ready to use, and you will find a charge counter for it added in your character sheet as well.
Oh, I see.
Let me know if you have any questions about its usage.
So do I use it? Do I use a charge when I would take damage to gain armor class? Do I do that before or after an attack?
Ooh, you can do it after an attack. Like, you see the attack is going to hit you. You can use it then. You can use it as a reaction.
Okay.
One of the very few reaction-based spells.
That's fantastic.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, I'm gonna have to remember that. Is there anyone to interact with in the tree?
Ooh.
Skeezewell wants to do some dealing.
Not in the tree per se, except for poor Syphax, who not to be necessarily of well-off means. Outside of the tree is Clagon and Waldwin, who are up for interaction with.
Yeah, Skeezewell wants to offer high interest loans to Clagon and what's his face?
Walton.
Yeah,
Baldwin.
and Baldwin.
Okay. All right. Hey. Let's all right, Master Binbag. Is there a particular sales pitch you had in mind here, or?
Yeah, Skeezewell's going to. They're like outside. Aren't they like writhing in pain or something? Something happened to them.
That was quite a little while ago. At least last time you were here, they were rather in a poor state, being mistaken for intruders by Lokir Bitterroot, and they were quickly dispatched. They seem to have recovered from their injuries pretty well, and actually seem to be doing chores around the property.
All right. Actually, all right. I'm gonna have to think more about this. I'm gonna have to bide my time, but I just want you to know.
It is open-ended, Master Binbag. It's I kept your scheming in mind. That is for sure.
All right, I'm gonna leave it for now with that. Skeezewell's just milling about.
Okay, very good. But yeah, I mean, basically what you guys spent the last hour or two doing, is you're really, we left off at a pretty good time, because you guys are kind of in a little bit of an awkward state where you're not sure exactly what to do for direction, and are kind of just waiting for Lokir Bitterroot to get back up. So in spite of that, unless anyone has anything that they'd like to discuss promptly, or do promptly, we can move forward in time. So you gentlemen just let me know when you're ready to, get the ball rolling.
I would like to approach, I believe Skeezewell has an ornate sharpening stone, right?
I do.
I would like to sharpen my silver longsword.
Oh shit. Okay.
Ornate stone.
Very good. It can be done. Silver, I don't think holds an edge very well, so it's probably a good thing that that you're going for, going to sharpen this piece. You might have to do so a bit more often than a typical blade. and one will also have to be careful, you know, due to the difference in the material of that silver is. Yeah, excellent. Give me a survival check, Master Bone-Breaker. You start us off with the first roll of the evening, my friend. I can't believe it. What a rude, what a rude returning welcome.
Welcome back.
You find yourself over the course of at least a half hour or so, just having a really rough go of it. You're afraid you might damage the sword, you might damage Skeezewell's whetstone. You're not sure what's going. You are muddled, Master Bone-Breaker, mentally currently at this time, just by the I would say the recent events have you a little distracted.
Okay. Alright, well, if that's the case, I hand my sword over to Skeezewell and say, I can't do this. Maybe you can.
I'll take a crack at it, Ulzgud. I got these hands.
Do I roll survival as well?
Please, Master Binbag. I would say it's only fair. Damn, something about you, Skeezewell Binbag, in this moment. You are, it's nice to have some purpose in this time, while you're thinking about scams in the back of your mind, and you busy your hands quite deftly.
Skeezewell uses the mage hands to hold the whetstone, as he uses both hands to control the blade, honing it to a delicate edge.
It is done. It is done. I will update, Master Bone-Breaker, your longsword. At this time, consider it sharpened.
Nice.
Nice.
That's how it's done. It was good.
Thanks, Skeezewell. You're really the man. I almost fucked that up. And I would like to take out my bag of sus and show it to Sir Skeezewell.
Ooh.
Skeezewell, what do you think of these little things?
You look, Master Binbag, and Ulzgud is presenting to you in the palm of his hand. It looks like a small cloth bag, which is slightly open via a drawstring, and in it are like a half a dozen or so of these small, like fuzzy, almost balls.
Can I pick one up?
Go for it.
You pick it up, Master Binbag.
Skeezewell picks it up.
You pick it up, Master Binbag, and applying it in your fingers. It doesn't squirm or react to your touch, but it has the texture of a furred creature.
Yeah. Nasty little insects. Do you eat them?
I don't know what to do with it, Skeezewell.
Syphax is like, no, don't eat it.
Skeezewell would like to smell the ball of sus.
Oh, interesting. Oh shit! Now give me a perception check, Master Binbag. A 16? Let's see. What would you smell? Roll a d6 for me as well, please.
Mm. Yeah.
Smells like chicken to you.
Ooh.
All right. Don't say it like that.
You've been around chickens quite a bit, Master Binbag, it must be said, these past few weeks, and this small ball of whatever this is has a distinct smell of poultry.
Skeezewell wants to show it to the chick, who must be pretty grown by now.
It's getting, indeed. The chick is growing. It's yes. You are quite correct. It has now the ability to walk on its own. You know, quite aptly. And it's starting now to change in coloration and beginning to become feathered rather than fluffed.
Nice.
Skeezewell shows the chick the ball and lets him examine it.
The small chick examines the ball, you know, examining it with either eye. But other than, you know, a typical chicken's curiosity, it doesn't seem to you know, have any type of particular interaction.
Skeezewell is going to lower the hat and return the ball to the
Very good.
bag.
It is so.
That away.
Might be expensive, Ulzgud. I'd hold on to those.
Good thought.
Should be said, Master Binbag, you are indeed not, you know, you haven't seen an item like that before. Of course, you know, it's probably already clear, but you know, just for the record.
Recess.
Okay. And with this, a few more minutes passing, you gentlemen just chatting and kind of having, you know, really your first moment of reprieve, since you've been here last. You can hear Claygon outside kind of grunting, just outside one of the windows of the inner tree hovel. It sounds like he's, you know, doing something out there.
I'll go take a look at what's Claygon's doing. I'm gonna leave my bag of holding on the table to get back to something later.
Okay, alright. Okay, Mandion makes a poignant note of putting his man bag down on the table before leaving. Filled with like everything under the sun. Very good. It is so. And you head out the, you know, part the beaded curtain to the porch and head outside.
That is correct.
Okay, very good. If anyone else wants to do anything, or am I following? Is the camera following Mandy and Gelden?
While Mandion's doing that, Ulzgud's gonna find his way into Lokir's kitchen.
Oh. You are yeah, no, you are in it. This there's a little. Right now, you are in probably like the largest ground floor room of the Great Tree. You know, you enter in past the porch, beyond the beaded curtain, and then there's kind of like a little dining area, a little alchemy area, kitchen counter zone. You know, kind of all on the perimeter surrounding you. There's a good deal of clutter in here, you know, as is typical of Lokir Bitterroot. And you know there's another storage room or two, you know, in the back, you know, just primarily utility rooms and so on. This is the, you know, the main area.
Just gonna look for a little food in the meantime while Mandion's doing his thing.
Very good. Make a give me a investigation check, Master Bone-Breaker. Looking haphazardly quickly in one of the drawers over by the counter space, you find what looks to be half of a Lokir bittersweet roll.
I will eat that.
Very good. You can roll up to half of your hit dice. You know, or you know, half of a hit die, so like a D6 for you. And get back for free health, and you'll be feeling quite satiated after that.
Nice.
Does that count for like a ration on the day?
Basically so. And it should be said, I don't think you gentlemen are necessarily very hungry. I think you managed to eat breakfast.
Yeah, still noting it.
I bet. Doesn't hurt. It can only help, truly. But just so everyone knows, I don't believe. Yeah, I think you've all had breakfast for the day at least.
Cool.
And then you were attacked by by a sea of Struthiomimus. Oh, let's see. Mandion Gelden, parting the beaded way and making your way outside, looking over the porch over yonder. You see Claygon, kind of hunched over, digging upon the ground, his back to you, and you see rather very clearly, even though you were probably, visualizing, averting your gaze from it, you cannot help it. But look at the scarring that is on poor Claygon's back from whatever magical curse was implanted on him. It's left a very clean looking, for lack of a better word, almost like a grafted scar in the form of a upside down U. All pretty much all over the top of his back, where that black curse stain once laid. Removed now from his person. It does not fill you with the same sense of dread, right? As it did when it was active, but you.
It still makes Mandion Gelden sad.
If at the very least, Claygon will be carrying the mark of that, seemingly forever.
He's just digging in the dirt.
Give me a perception check, please, Mandion Gelden.
Perception check.
He's probably only about 15, 20 feet away from you, so. But, the lighting in in this overhead canopy area isn't quite the best, and he's hunched, you really can't quite see what he's doing over there. But it seems like he's interacting with something, where the ground meets the base of the tree. He's kind of, fiddling.
The great tree?
Indeed.
Okay. I'll come check out what he's doing, and I'll ask him if he's feeling all right, not directly mentioning the mark on his back.
Mandion. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm just trying to unearth some of Lokir's chickens. I think they're hiding underneath in the cellar there.
That they dug down underneath the tree?
They have chickens are like ground birds. They dig sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they got chased down there by that terrible demonic incursion that happened when Lokir Bitterroot freed me of my curse mark.
Is there an easier way down there? Can I help you?
I think we just clear some of the shit out of the way. They'll come on out. Give me a hand with this stuff. And you look now, and there's it's kind of like the great tree is some of the roots are visible of the great tree. It's a great tree, and it's almost like some of the roots that rise up and give a little bit of air, and like almost like natural like caverns and stuff. That like the chickens are like have like nestled and hidden within. It seems to you. In addition to whatever small amount of kicking and displacement of dirt they can achieve. But you also notice there's like these nasty looking like rusted like just heaps of metal that seem to be blocking up some of the little exterior passages here. And Claygon's is trying to dislodge what's basically like a kind of like a metal like sea urchin almost. It's very
gross.
Yeah, not very pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love a hand with that.
I will certainly help him out then. Can I use my smith's tools to help him out even better?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Smith that metal.
Yeah. Hey, I don't see why. You could probably lend him over to him to help give him an easier time.
Yeah.
He's sitting here with like no shirt over here grabbing this metal sea
Yeah,
urchin.
I'll give him some smith's tools. I'll give him a hammer or crowbar or something. Whatever.
Awesome. You know, yeah. You give him whatever tools you think might be worthy, you know, for dislodging this, you know, whatever this is. And you go about the process of doing so. Let's see. Do you want to roll independent athletics, or do you want one of you to roll with advantage?
I mean, it's probably best that I help him, or we can roll independently. I mean, rather.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
So be
we can do
it.
that.
So be it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, heave. And he kind of, yeah. You do it. He pretty much like pushes it out over in your direction, and all of a sudden you like have this metallic urchin coming over, you know, and scraping up against your faceplate. You take a good 1 piercing damage, which is, you know, completely absorbed by your armor.
Nice.
As the urchin, you know, spike just, you'll see it scrapes across the corner of your helmet. And it's like, oh, sorry.
Careful. I'll kind of just keep dragging it out of the way, keep the momentum going.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's pretty fairly heavy, you know, at least like 30-pound, you know, pretty you know, sizable fixture almost. That you're able to, you know, kind of meander out of the way.
I will make sure I put it somewhere that I remember, so I may use some metal later, maybe for something.
Yeah.
Does it seem to look like anything recognizable, or is it just like a twisted hunk of metal?
It is definitely a twisted hunk of metal. You know.
Okay.
You see what appears. You know, it seems like it's pretty iron prominent to you as far as like composition's concerned. But you know, really, that's about it. You could very well take some time to potentially dismantle this, you know, in some way, or break it down and get, you know, some raw components.
I will have to put that aside and investigate the metal later.
Very good. It'll be hard to miss. I would say it's only been an hour or so. And the lighting of the look-here bitter tree doesn't really it has its own little cycle, it seems to you, but still plenty visible enough.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll shake Claygon's hand and I'll say, "Well, I'm glad to see you're doing well. I have some business to attend to."
Oh, well, thank you, Mandion.
Come back in for a drink. You're working too hard.
Oh.
And I'll walk back to the tree.
I'll do just that. And Qui-Gon follows suit.
Nice.
Making his way over yonder. And it should be said, as you're walking away, you can hear the you know, the small clucking of hens. And you can see as there, you know, there's a few chickens now that are kind of like creeping out from beyond, you know, from underneath the great tree.
Nice.
You know, hey, hopefully the atmosphere of, you know, the great tree swamp will flourish once again.
Excellent. A job well done. Yeah.
Oh, couldn't do it without that metal suit. You took the you took most of the hits for me. Qui-Gon says.
It's my best asset. And I will actually work on exiting the suit inside of the tree once we get in there.
Okay, very good. Syphax is like, oh, don't worry, Mandion, I'll give you a hand.
Thanks, Syphax.
Let's see.
And I will try to pop the back open for him. Help me out.
Oh, Syphax will try to help.
Ooh.
He'd love nothing more than to try to help. It's fucking, no change with Syphax assisting or not. It's like,
Okay,
yeah.
excellent.
But hey, you know. So it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. I guess you got 5 minutes.
And as Mandion Gelden is doffing his suit,
Yes.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do in these brief 5 minutes?
Yeah. I would like to call Quagon and Waldwin nearby, and I need to know what's up with the state of the tree. I've never seen an animal like that black cat thing here before.
Damn, yeah.
What happened while we were gone?
Nice work, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. It's a good one. Hell yeah, dude. Well, and Quagon's the first to enter. He enters in pretty much immediately with Mandion and Gelden. The sweaty buff Quagon Brolin before you Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. You're just reminded visually of Quagon's pretty strong for a man. But that aside, far more pressing to you is the state of the Wilkir bitter tree. And Quagon kind of pauses for a moment after, wiping the sweat from his brow. So, it was rough, I won't lie. And Quagon goes ahead and he heads over toward the counter space. Kind of walking around the mantle with a shelf that has like the dram juice, for lack of a better word, like flowing in it. This that black ichor that seems to be ever so prevalent. Quagon's like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's something I brought in here with me unknowingly. Or something like that. The magic interfering. I didn't really understand it, and Wilkir Bitterroot didn't really explain it to me, as I'm sure you can imagine. I did all I could for him, and he thought it was best that we, get to what he called the purification ritual right away. I did as he asked, for fear of my own safety, if nothing else. And we began with Waldwin's assistance. Seemed like it was going well, and then all of a sudden something snapped. Something broke loose, and Wilkir Bitterroot lost control. There was this terrible great gate that rose from the ground. It made almost an arch of stone, and in it was this burning, flaming eye, and from it came these creatures. It was a bloody battle, and I wasn't in much of a position to be any help. Waldwin stepped up to the fray. He has some impressive ability. And Wilkir Bitterroot is, well, I won't repeat what I saw Wilkir Bitterroot do. It was a nasty battle. Eventually, we had to retreat inside of the great tree, and that's when Wilkir Bitterroot changed the tree's location entirely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what state we left that position in. If it's still somewhere in this forest or what have you. It seemed like it was our only choice was to flee.
Would you reckon that creature we saw when we first arrived was residual from that? Or do you think they're still coming from that?
I didn't see any of those small shadow beasts coming from the portal or anything like that. I think this could be something else, but probably from the same evil source if I had to guess.
Okay. Good to know.
If you ask me, what came through that portal was demons. Nasty type. Dremora, scamps, and imps, all kinds of nasty little fell beasts.
So we're up against something serious, that's for sure.
I've been doing what I can, but that really took a lot of Wilkir. And he hasn't really been able to give us any instructions since. I'm not sure what needs to be done for the day-to-day duties around here to keep the place maintained. Perhaps you could give us some help in that regard, Master Bone-Breaker.
And I will.
Yeah, you should be said, Master Bone-Breaker. You are, you know, familiar with the day-to-day goings-on of what needs to be done to keep the great tree maintained. Hallelujah.
I'll give Clagon and Waldwin a little rundown of that. And then I'd say, in the meantime, I think Ulzgud wants to go hunting.
All right. Very good. Very good. Sick. Oh. Shall you begin your hunt today, or will you wait?
I'll announce to the party that I'm planning on going out for a hunt. Not
Nice.
necessarily looking for food, but I'd like to go kill something. Food would be a plus.
I mean, Syphax shares an interest in going for sure. He's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be much help, but I'll do what I can.
You got your guitar, right?
Always. And my pipes.
Perfect. That's all I can ask for. Anyone
Mandion
else
wouldn't
like to go
mind,
kill stuff with me?
Doing some target practice either. So he may end up going.
Okay. Okay. Very
What
good.
about you, Skeezewell?
Yeah, I'll come along. No need to split up.
Alright, we'll have a hunting party then.
All right. Seems like a hunting expedition is in the forefront of the champions of Nirn's Crimson Bones' mind. Thank goodness. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Very good. Very good. Well, till now the day is yours. You probably have at least a good few hours of daylight left. You remember when you got to the Great Tree, it was about noon. So you guys probably only have, you know, a few hours until sunset come upon you.
I would like to call Clagon back over for a moment. I'd just like to ask him, which direction was the tree when you guys left from the portal? Approximately how far do you think you went?
We traveled quite a few miles, I think. I think we came from southeast, maybe? I don't know. It happened very fast.
True. Okay. Well, I'd like to announce the intentions of heading in that direction for the hunting expedition.
Oh,
Yes.
I agree.
Clagon and Waldwin share, dude, you might find something. Clagon and Waldwin share a minor apprehension, you know, just with the, you know, with the creatures being, you know, able to attack the Great Tree. It does, you know, they are a little apprehensive, to have all of the champions of Nirn weaving. And Syphax was like, well, I mean, I guess I could stay, but I don't know if I'll be much help.
Clagon and Waldwin, you don't think you can handle a couple of creatures in our stead?
I mean, you know I don't mind cutting something in half, but if any of Wilkir Bitterroot's chickens die, he'll be pretty upset, I'm sure.
You're not wrong there, but his chickens are a little different than normal chickens. I think they can look out for themselves living in this crazy area.
Very good, Master Bone-Breaker. Crimson Bones. I hope to see you back in probably about a day or two's time, yeah? I don't want to be left alone here by myself with Walden for too long.
Well, you know what? I tossed my green beetle over to Clagon.
Oh. What's this?
Hit up Mandion if you need anything. Cast send with that.
Oh shit. Nice. Okay. Qui-Gon tucks it in his leather trouser pocket because he's still shirtless. Get you like a Chad.
You tell us the second something's wrong with Lokir, alright?
I'll keep you informed. Okay. Alright, very good. So, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, I will temporarily, just remove the sending stone from your handout section. And I'll be giving it to little Qui-Gon. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Have I dismounted my suit?
Yes. Yep, you certainly have. You certainly have.
Excellent. Are we leaving tomorrow or are we leaving today? What's the plan?
Sorry, past midday, correct?
It is.
I believe so.
I say we go under full sun. And for now, I guess we could just hunt around the trees, close proximity, to see if there's any more of those gross little things around.
Well, while you do that, I have something I want to check out as well, so I may catch up with you.
Alright.
And Manny's gonna sit at the table with his bag of holding.
Okay. Very good.
I grab Syphax and drag him with me. Come on, Syphax.
Yes, sir!
Get out there.
Alright, sick. Skeezewell Binbag, do you have a preference on who you're going with?
Yeah, Skeezewell wants to let the chick interact with the chickens.
Ooh, okay, very good. Very good. Very good.
Very.
Excellent. Excellent, gentlemen. Okay. A few more minutes passing here, so everyone's getting in position for their intermediate activities. Mandy and Gelden, what are you up to?
I'd like to open up the bag of holding and take out the letter from House Dakar to Crimson Bones.
Ooh,
I guess I don't know if it's two. Is it to the Crimson Bones?
It is to
Is
the
it to
Crimson
us?
Bones,
Okay.
and it is from Sergeant Uther Githleth in particular. That is the letter. From the Raven, indeed. That, you know. Yes. Says, explaining in no uncertain terms his, not his disdain. He didn't say, I hate you. But he definitely said, like, that was sus. And I don't appreciate it.
Okay.
It's the gist of the letter.
Are there any other? Are there any other like names on it or anything like that, or is it just Sergeant Uther Githleth?
It is just Sergeant Uther Githleth and the Crimson Bones.
I want to see if I can use some investigation work and lift some fingerprints off of this letter. Start to learn how to do that.
Ooh.
I would like
shit.
to see if I can find a vial from this cluttered area, and I want to try to like burn some cloth or some rope and get some ash.
Okay,
To
all
spread
right.
over the letter.
Okay.
Press against the paper.
It's okay. All right.
I want to start getting some collection of fingerprints for people to watch out for.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. To rifle through the home of Wilkir Bitterroot. You never know what you may find. 23. You pull open a drawer that seems to be just filled with tentacles. It's just like different like octopus like the green one, blue one, fucking all different kinds of like sucker, fucking variation and like whatever. And you're like, oh fuck, all right, that's you open up another one and it's like just like vegetables, just a cupboard full, just jam packed with vegetables of all different types. Fucking no rhyme or reason. Forgot, as soon as you start feeling, you're like, oh well, I'm never gonna find you open up one and it's filled with like a cartographer's kit. Basically, an entire very very pampered and manicured utensil drawer of all different types of doodads and such. And within there, you find a charcoal stick or two that you'll be able to use as some type of
Nice.
Perfect. Whatever the fuck you're doing, LA Noir style.
Nice.
Do you have some experience in documentation? Because you made some documents yourself.
Yeah, and I've read like manuscripts all my growing years and stuff. So
I would say that.
Written on scrolls and all that. So.
You are proficient in the forgery kit, are you not? Is that
yes.
true? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would say you have the credentials, to attempt this, for sure. Very good, very good, Mandion Gelden. Let's see, that's very good. That's very good. Give me a. Sleight of hand check to see how fine, this is going to be a simulation of the actual process of you doing it. Not as good, not as good. You have a bonus to it, because it is in the wheelhouse of, your limited expertise. So I will apply a minor bonus, but still not quite as good as you were hoping for. You get something that you think will be serviceable. Though of course, the detail isn't as fine as you would like. For what you have, you think you've done a pretty decent job.
Nice.
Very good.
Excellent.
And I don't know, yeah, you can write down that you have like a a little parchment, piece of depicting Sergeant Uther Githleth's fingerprints. You can get some kind of fingerprint catalog document going or something, and make note. You have hey.
Yeah, where should I put that? Probably in my. Can I make a handout with a list for that?
If you can't, I can.
I just want I want something like the bag of holding where I can make a list for something. But
No
for
problem.
My fingerprint book.
No problem. Hey, I can do it.
Nice.
You have a little fingerprint book. Oh shit. Awesome. Alright, can be edited by Mandion Gelden. Let me add that in there. Never know what you boys are gonna do when you have that's what happens when you have 3 weeks off. Alright, your fingerprint book is added into your handout section. For you to put in your fingerprint goodness.
Nice.
You may organize it however you want. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll say you probably spend a good hour or so. This entire process, said and done. Might have taken a few tries. Probably just finding the material in the first place in this cluttered interior of jars of eyes and different glowing elixirs and etc. Master Binbag, give me an animal handling check for your chicken interactions. Depositing your chick into the flock. Okay, all right. Goes about as good as you could expect. There's a stern look from one of the larger chickens or two, but aside from that, it's your chicken goes about and starts doing some scratching and digging in the dirt. It's the first signs of chicken, natural chicken behavior really beginning to surface at this point.
Nice.
And you're rather pleased with the result. So is there anything else you want to do during this hour-long period?
Like feed the bird, I guess. Besides that, yeah, what was the other thing? I wanted to start crafting a spear thrower.
Oh shit! Damn, dude. Okay. All right. Give me an intelligence check flat for Skeezewell Binbag.
How do I do that?
You
can click on like the intelligence attribute.
Yeah. Just
You've seen like assisted spear tools, but never really up close. You think it would probably be an interesting thing to, that would really capitalize on your strength, and make it all the better. Perhaps to get a little bit extra range out of, your javelin tosses, which you are rather well known for, to a degree.
All right, Skeezewell will start the process of blueprinting a spear chucking device.
It can
Getting a general idea of what he's looking.
It can be done. It can be done. And you could also talk it over with Mandion Gelden, who's over on in the interior table as well, and I'm sure he'd be able to.
If that's possible, Skeezewell is definitely going to go to Mandion for assistance.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you guys can just kind of discuss your crafting things independently, and get a minor bonus to it either way.
Yeah.
I need help crafting an atlatl, a spear chucking device. Something simple that I can use to throw my javelins.
I might be able to put something together. But what do you want to make it out of? I just found a giant hunk of twisted metal outside. Or maybe we can just use some wood.
All right, Skeezewell's going along with that plan. Try and make it out of metal.
Okay.
It's a mass behind it. Those spears are gonna go flying forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, metal like that suit.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be too complex. I'm sure we can get it done.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. The hour comes and goes, hitting the drawing board. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker and Syfax's team. Is there any particular patrol pattern here, Master Bone-Breaker, or such as a good old fashioned?
Just doing a circle around the tree.
Very good. Very good. Why don't you give me a perception check? Unless you want to ride the passive.
Yeah, I'll bull passive.
Very
right
good.
now.
Very good. Let's see. You don't make out much. You don't make out much. Give me a... Over the course of an hour, give me a survival check. Yeah, you don't find much in the way of, any kind of like tracks on the perimeter or any signs of any prominent signs of any real wildlife traffic, really. Nor do you find any dark influenced beasts or entities or whatever, what have you. Throughout the duration of your good hour patrol with Syfax. Yeah. And Syfax kind of chats you up a little bit while you're going on patrol. Probably about like a half hour in, you can tell he starts kind of kicking the dirt a little bit. He's like, say it was good. You think your master's gonna be okay or what?
Nothing can keep him down. As far as I know. But never seen him like this.
Yeah, what's up with him?
Something pretty strong must have happened. I'm not quite sure.
I heard something about like I don't know. I eavesdropped on Mandion when he was talking to Clagon. I over by the window there. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. All right. But I overheard some shit. Clagon Brolin was talking about like demonic incursion and shit. What the fuck? What even is that?
Oh damn, demons.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then he said something about, you know, that portal opening and stuff. I mean, I was there for that. Everyone got to hear that one.
Portal.
Yeah.
I must have missed that while I was eating my sweet roll. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go check that out.
I mean, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, I don't, you know, you've only done right by me so far, man, so please don't take any offense, you know, but, I mean, if Lokir Bitterroot had to run away from it, you know what I'm saying? It's probably pretty serious, yeah?
Yeah, that definitely crossed my mind, but I also kind of think he was protecting you guys and was probably a little tasked from the ritual itself, so may have not been at full strength. But we got some time to kill, and as far as I can see, it's the only real lead on something interesting to go do. So I say we go check it out. Worst comes to worst, we just run like they did.
Oh, yeah, sounds good to me. I'll have to be at my best.
Better. Have you been working out at all today, Syphax?
Well, let's see. I did do all that Struthiomimus trapeze work this morning. That was pretty good. I'm still a little sore from that. But no. I don't think we've really had time for our workout regimen today, Master Bone-Breaker.
50 push-ups when we get back to the tree.
Oh man, I can't wait to get back to the tree.
That's what I like to hear, Syphax. Let's go.
Okay. And you start making your way back over yonder to the great tree after a, you know, pretty dank patrol. And you find the evening to be drawing in a little bit sooner than expected. Hard to say why that is, but you certainly would take note of it, Master Bone-Breaker. Starting to get a little darker.
Okay. It's getting dark, okay.
Yeah. Not like, you know, Dram the Dark is in the shadow dark, you know, like advanced darkness, but you know, just dusk.
Okay. I will do my little workout with Syphax.
Give me a Damn, are you gonna be training Syphax?
We're both gonna be doing our sets of push-ups together, yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean, hey, I feel like that's, you know.
I'll tell him if his form's getting a little weak or whatever, you know, I tell him to adjust his stuff when he needs to.
Yeah, that's, you know, that could be all it really takes to make the difference. Oh, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, no, I think Syphax will get a small bonus from the encouragement from you, but you know, other than that, it's athletics time, baby. Ulzgud and Syphax broing out. Syphax, you know, he keeps pace. He keeps pace, and you only have to get on him about his posture once or twice. You know, it's a pretty good display.
Good.
At the end of it, he's you know, he's really heaving, and on the last one, he's shaking, and finally, and he falls and collapses on his bagpipes that make a honking noise, and all the chickens nearby, freak out at that. You know, they absolutely hate that. Necks go up, you know.
Party laugh at that.
Yeah. It's good shit. Syphax laughs as well. You know, it's a communal thing. A nice moment.
After the workout, Ulzgud says, Syphax, you don't need to come with me, but you can. I'm going for a nice enthusiastic little walk in the dark.
Oh, whoa. A walk in the darkness. Oh man, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you make it hard to impress you. I'll say.
Stay here then. It's all good, homie.
Shit. All right. I'll be watching from here. Don't worry. Since Sci-Fax takes a, you can tell he's winded. Okay. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker heads off into the night. Mandion, Gelden, Sci-Fax, Skeezewell, anything you guys are up to before you start to wind down for the evening? You got another few hours to kill, maybe?
I don't know, we can always get started on his device.
Yeah, if you guys want to. If you guys want to do that, you can head,
I don't have anything else to do, so yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna head out. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Heading out and squishing through the swamp of Wokir Bitterroot's abode, you make it to the odd metal urchin, for lack of a better word. And I'll have some athletics checks, gentlemen. It's up to you if you want one of you to roll with advantage or do one roll each or whatever. You guys can decide.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to use my smith's tools to try my best to disassemble it, make it easier, if possible. I don't know if it'll be faster to do that or just to rip it apart. I don't know if I can do a perception check to see or something, but...
Oh! Make an intelligence check for me, Mandion Gelden.
Intelligence check. Intelligence.
Ooh. Yeah, no, you suspect correctly. If you sever the urchin spikes at like the base of the ball, and then and that'd probably be best.
Nice. I will certainly do that then.
Okay. Nice. Excellent. You take the point to, that natural 20 allows you to forego the entire skill check entirely, gentlemen. Mandion Gelden's intelligence is so keen that he knows the perfect method for the situation. Mandion, you focus on weakening the point where the long spikes meet into like the base of this metallic statue. I guess. While Skeezewell Binbag kind of grabs the end and reels it back and forth until it eventually bends and gives. And you've got a good 30 of those to do on this thing.
Nice.
And you get pretty sizable metallic spikes off this. Probably nothing that could be formed into anything useful on its own, but combined and formed into something else could be pretty worthwhile.
Nice. Okay.
All right. You guys will spend an hour doing that, gathering the materials for that alone. Well, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you are out on your evening stroll, my friend. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
I am just walking in the direction of the moon.
Ooh.
And just strolling and seeing what I see.
Okay. Very good. You can make a perception check for me if you want to. Or ride the passive.
I'll roll this one.
And in case anyone else is wondering, you also all have the option to stick with your passive perception if you want to, rather than rolling for your perception. It's just that I think Ulzgud Bone-Breaker has pretty decent passive perception, so he opts to do it passively. But that's a tactic you all can employ if you desire to do so. Just so you all know. A 23. Master Bone-Breaker. Ooh, you see things that would go normally unseen from a more regular, casual glance. You spot probably a good oh, 150 feet or so away from the great tree, getting a sizable way into your walk, but really only just beginning it. You spot what appears to be a two large, like flapping creatures that pass in front of the rather fully lit moon. And you catch a glimpse of them, from quite a good distance away as they, are just passing on their way through the night sky. And you are reminded of the terrors of the fog forest at night. Just looks like large, some kind of large leather winged thing up there, which is gone as quickly as you can spot it.
Okay.
You are able to, over the course of the hour long of your journey, pick up 3 different sets of tracks. One of them, the first one, belonging to a single herbivore of some kind. Though you aren't able to make out much more details than that. You find clear scratching indications. And markings of carnivorous beasts.
Singleherbivore.com.
Looking for a hot
area.
So you find another pair of tracks that alludes to a small squad of carnivores, potentially, that leads off in a different direction. And another one where you find a rather large set of prints. The particular creature, unidentified. It should be said, the particular creature, unidentified in all of these cases. Doesn't seem like anything too extravagant, dare I say it. But you can't quite place the, definitively, what these could be. But you have a general idea based on the markings that they've left behind. And, Master Bone-Breaker, you feel you'll be be fairly easy to come across tracks like these tomorrow, for the hunting expedition.
Okay. I am just going to whip out my journal and just jot down these print locations.
Yeah, you will likely be able to find them again.
And I will make my way back.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So be it. So be it. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker isn't gone for very long, and you arrive back to see Mandion, Gelden, and Skeezewell Binbag over yonder, just like ripping up this strange metal, looks like contraption to you over yonder in the swamp fields.
And what is Syphax doing right now?
Ooh, you can see Syphax, kind of by the fire. It seems like there's a small fire that's been crafted, and by the small inlets of the swampy areas where the little dry ground there is. It seems like Syphax and Claygon and Waldwin are kind of gathered around the fire at this time and are chatting about something. It seems like Claygon is doing the majority of the talking.
I will go join them and demand stories.
It's funny you mentioned that. It just seems that like Claygon is wrapping up a rather interesting tale. Just as you were getting back to the fire. And you do catch you. Give me another perception check, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Or ride the passive. It's up to you. Ooh. Okay. You make out very, the tail end of the story. Claygon Brolin is speaking of. A little embarrassing. I don't know it off the top of my head. It's an old tale. Nope, not that. not that one. Oh, yes. Claygon Brolin is recounting the Scourge of Garza. Which it should be said, you do know of Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. That's why you're able to recognize it based off pretty much just a few words. Yeah.
Okay.
But what strikes you, there's something of note that grips you in particular. Claygon Brolin mentions, because of course, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, the story of the Scourge of Garza. Garza was once owned by Dark Elves. It was a very prominent Dark Elf, city. It was made by Dark Elves. That came over here from Morrowind refugees. From refugees, Rest, Caltong, Garza. They were all, it's all part of the Dunmer, initial colony wave that came to here. Probably a good, 30 years or so. You remember when the Dark Elves, well, you don't remember, but your parents recounted to you, when the Dark Elves arrived. And quickly, set up Garza and et cetera, and the Scourge of Garza is when, the people of Garza rebelled against the Dark Elf leadership and, a lot of, the native tribes folks that, went to Garza since then, took it for themselves, basically, and established, the free trade capital now to be Garza. But Claygon Brolin also mentions that during that night, during the Scourge of Garza, that the Guild of Heroes was also burned that night, and how few people, even recall the tale of the Guild of Heroes.
Okay.
And that is something you haven't heard before, so that piques your interest quite a bit.
For sure.
But unfortunately, Claygon Brolin is just winding down, it seems to you, from this tale. And he goes about stoking the fire.
Okay.
And with that, now you are left in the kind of jovial. You're like, oh man, Claygon, that's so badass. I heard about that, but woof, man,
Heroes.
what I wouldn't have given to be there myself. Woof, oh man. Let's see. Yeah, and other than that, seems like there's some merry making. Seems to you that Claygon Brolin has found Wilkir Bitterroot's secret mushroom wine stash, and there's a bit of mushroom wine going around the fire here.
Eyes light up.
Woo!
At that display.
What's good? Waldwin hands you a bottle.
Perfect.
Do you take a swig of the mushroom wine?
Oh, I take more than a swig.
Make a Constitution save, baby.
Saving throw.
Yeah, that's right. We're flexing all the muscles tonight. Ooh. You take it like a cheat. You down just about half the bottle, and Scythax is like, his mouth is dropped. His jaw is to the ground in awe.
I love this stuff.
Woo! I feel like everyone's just like, damn, like, oof. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. They are, You have clearly asserted the drinking dominance around the fire tonight. And Mandion and Skeezewell, you guys, after your, hard labor, for lack of a better word, have gathered what you think will be an ample amount of materials for what you want to get done.
No.
And plenty of scrap metal for you, Mandion Gelden, to use as well
Excellent.
when that project is over.
That's what I like to hear.
And you gentlemen, with another hour or so of this, you gentlemen are, winding down rather quickly, especially Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, with the mushroom wine in his belly. Yeah, I mean, you gentlemen find yourselves being drawn over toward the want for sleep.
Duh.
There I sit.
I suppose we shall. How far did we get with the whole? We only got as far as dismantling this metal contraption, right? That's about it.
Indeed. Like the main bulbous piece of it that's remaining will be probably a bit more involved if you want to, really salvage anything from that. It's kind of
Probably got enough Skeezewell though, right?
An ample amount. You'll have plenty of scrap metal left over, it seems to you.
Excellent. Well, we'll have to get to crafting tomorrow, Skeezewell.
Yeah, it's time to hit the sack. Where is the sack, by the way? I need to hit it.
I haven't seen a sack anywhere around here. I guess I'll just have to lay by the fire.
Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you know that there are guest beds further up within the great tree.
Come on, guys, I'll show you.
Oh, is it safe up there?
Skeezewell rushes to the front line.
Oh.
Hey, Skeezewell, don't push. Syphax tries to get in between you and
If you were so weak, I wouldn't have to lay down.
What? and Syphax, with perhaps a bit of mushroom wine in him. He's like, no, I'm up here. I'm in this spot in line. Says Syphax. You can make an athletics or a strength, Master Anderson, if you wanna contest him.
Skeezewell, noticing the wine, takes second.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Syphax. The Crimson Bones.
Go on, man.
And he makes his, he gets tangled up in the bead curtain for a second. And then continues making his way up the stairs and slumps right into some of the the various little mossy bunks that are available for you gentlemen to lay in. As Syphax just face plants into the bed, a few fireflies come up from out of the moss, bed coverings. It seems like he is out. Waldwin and Quagon bid you gentlemen all good night, as well as you find your way to your guest rooms. Is there anything else going on tonight, gentlemen?
Mandion Gelden's just gonna take some time to wipe down his suit, even though it doesn't need it, before he heads up to bed.
Very good.
Just spend a little time with it.
Sure.
And then,
sure. Kind of in the quiet and with the quiet and hum of fireflies, Mandion Gelden, polishing your suit down on the ground level, pretty much on your own, as everyone else is, drifted off.
Some quiet time alone.
You find yourself, you see a particular scuff, which you didn't quite notice before, around the knee section of your armor. It seems odd to you.
Huh. You would like to check it out, see if there's any other materials other than suit metal in there. See if you can give me a clue as to what happened.
You lean in a good deal closer and do your best to shine a bit of candlelight on it and kind of scrape off, kind of just flakes off. Could just been a bit of residue potentially, maybe some rust from that rust urchin perhaps you messed with earlier, you know, and you begin to worry about that. Perhaps, you know, maybe some kind of contact material, could be quite dangerous, but you don't see much more of it.
Interesting.
But as you're, rather, attentively looking now for any damage, you find a small, like, compartment at the back of the knee that you could almost, like, put your finger, like, up into.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's like a small, like, recess at the back of the knee. And you look over on the other knee, and there's one there, too.
Interesting. I would like to carefully see if I could feel anything in there. Hope I don't get my finger caught.
Yeah. Lifting up, you find your middle finger to be just about a perfect fit. And feeling up gradually and slowly, you feel something that has like a bit of wiggle and give, almost like there's a activator for a mechanism or something, up in here. So, something that has a bit of, play to it. Is up in, like, the top of this recess, probably only a few inches,
A latch or something.
Potentially, maybe just a button, even.
Interesting. I'll mess with it. I'll see what happens. I'll try to activate it and quickly pull my finger out.
You can feel it jiggling around a little bit, and then it, becomes more stable as you are applying pressure now and, like, forcing it, slightly upward, and you can feel it, being pushed upward with your finger. And then there's like a clicking, and you quickly retract your hand, out of fear, to find that nothing has occurred.
Interesting. I'll go in for a round 2 then. See if I can't push it in farther.
Okay, same thing again.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Stick
Second
my middle
verse.
finger right up there.
Second verse, more of the first. This time, exact same sensation. When you get up to the point, where you press it and you click, you leave your hand in there and indeed try to, potentially force it up even higher. Thinking maybe, like, the trigger mechanism hasn't been reached, potentially. But it does, it only goes up so far, it seems to you.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you find no change from the last time. No change.
Very interesting. Well, I'll leave it alone for now. I may investigate further later.
Okay, very good. So be it.
Very interesting.
So be it. You take note of it. You take note of it.
I do.
And head on your way to bed.
Yes.
And there, gentlemen, is where we will break for now. We'll give it a good, I would say 10-15, I think, gentlemen.
Okay.
And we will
Sounds good,
reconvene after our break. You all slumber and sleep, gentlemen. Nestled in your vegetative bunks of the great tree, you are all comfortable knowing that you are surrounded by friends and comrades. And with this, the night comes and goes rather peacefully. You all will rise to the crowing of a rooster in the early morning. And just like that, gentlemen, you are roused from your slumber. Everyone benefiting from a successful, long rest. Load 'em up, boys. Y'all are full.
Sweet.
I will rouse from bed and eat a ration.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, I imagine you'd all have a communal breakfast downstairs in the dining area, as you all pretty much rouse at about the same time. And begin munching down. Let's see, how's Syphax doing for rations?
How is he?
He's got let's see, he's got 3 left. He'll eat 1.
Alright.
He'll eat 1, that'll leave him 3.
Take 1 from my bag of holding. And munch as well.
Okay. Alright, gentlemen, very good. Very good. It should be said, very well rested in the tree of Lokir Bitterroot.
Excellent.
Ulzgud, you'd make a note of checking on your master in the morning. To see how he's fared, and you watch it. He's like, he seems to be having, distressing dreams at the very least. You watch him for a good minute or so to make sure he's all right, and you watch him as he changes into like his animal shapes, like while he's sleeping in his dream. It's it's sick. Like like all of a sudden his frame will disappear, and you'll hear like a small like squeaking of some small like creature underneath the sheets where you can't quite see, and then like Lokir will like appear again a few seconds later. He's quite clearly deeply in a deep sleep, but seems to be relatively well. At least as well as one can be. For such as he. And with that, gentlemen, you all conclude breakfast. Is there any other points of order in the morning before we set off for our hunt?
Maybe we could see if we can get Skeezewell's Addle done first, maybe. I don't know how much time that's gonna take per our plan, but
it'd probably
it'd be
take
nice to have some new equipment out there.
I concur. Give me an intelligence check, Mandion Gelden.
Yes, sir.
You've been hot with that. Oof.
Well,
Oof.
well.
You're not
Thanks,
sure how
thanks,
long it would take.
thanks.
You're not exactly sure how long it would take to fashion an addle. Having one made out of wood is definitely different than crafting one out of metal. So with that being said, you're probably looking at least a few hours of work, and it's not really something you'll be able to do on the move either.
Interesting. I guess we should try to do it before we set off. What time is it? We think it's like 7 in the morning or something like that?
Yeah, you reckon it's dawn.
All right. It's like 6.
The hue around the area is like gold.
We can probably put a pin in the lotto. Like we've got the plans now, so we know how long it's gonna take. So
All right.
Yeah,
time we got a night, we can do it then.
Sounds good to me.
You will not forget, the schematic that you gentlemen prepared the night before. It is locked in the mental vault.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
But it might be a bit of a project, especially if you want to make a nice one.
True. Mandion is gonna mount his suit.
Oh, I see what I've
It's
done.
time.
I've been like a fool. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Yes, very good, Mandion Gelden. Mounting up, Syphax will attempt to assist. Goes by. Goes by. And before too long, you are, mounted up in your suit.
Very good.
Let's see. And yeah, gentlemen, the Crimson Bones on a hunting expedition is, I don't know. Is there any other final preparations before you all set off?
I don't have any. I'm ready to go anytime.
I'll just inform the party of the tracks I found last night.
Oh, is that where we're gonna be going, or do you have a better plan?
Um,
Track.
I'd like to go find out what these large tracks were, personally.
All right, we can do that.
The bigger they are, the larger their bones.
You got that right, Skeezewell. Now you're thinking.
Never been spoken truer. The Ushanka of friendship twinkles. With that being said, Crimson Bones. Let's see. Hold on a second, Skeezewell Binbag. Is anything happening with you?
He's making his normal preparation.
Let's see. I'm just double checking some other things, Master Binbag, that perhaps you may or may not know of. It's not for me to say.
Skeezewell Binbag.
Anyway, gentlemen, I think sounds like we're ready to assign travel roles and get started on the hunt. All three of you will be participating in the hunt, as well as Syphax. The standard party, as it's been the last few episodes.
Good.
So you gentlemen may double check the homebrew rules section of the Discord for the travel roles. They are Navigator, Scout, Defender, and Utility. And I will just give just because it's been a little while, I'll give a brief recap on them all, just so we're all clear on, what they are meant to do. Unfortunately, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker is kind of forced to be the Navigator in this sense, because he's the only one that has any familiarity with the Fog Forest, though it should be said, the rest, you guys have spent, 72 hours, like, more or less so far in the Fog Forest, like, total. So you guys are learning the ropes of the Fog Forest as well, but, navigating it so easily isn't, doesn't come as natural to you as Master Bone-Breaker, who's treaded at least a bit of it before. So Navigator's in charge of, survival checks and figuring out where the party's actually going. Leading them there safely, etc., etc. The Scout is the one who's keeping an eye out for danger while the Navigator is focusing on where he's going. Particularly, you're keeping an eye out for points of interest, like landmarks, kind of like distant threats, upcoming threats. The Defender is the protector of the group. So, like, Ulzgud's moving. Mandion, you spot up in the air a swarm of cliff racers. Here they come. Skeezewell Binbag, if you're the Defender, it's like, you would have the opportunity to, like, shoot magic missile at, like, the cliff racers, or some shit like that, You would, the Defender has the reactive role and will have the first say as to, like, what the party's response is going to be. That is the role of the Defender. And we have a bit vaguer utility role, for anything else. Like, if the Adelanto could be crafted on the move, if someone wanted to do that in the utility role, that could have been an option, but, that doesn't quite fit the bill. So bust them out in the chat, boys. What do you think? Who's navigating, who's scouting, who's defending, who's utilitying? And what do you guys want Syphax to do you think? What do you guys think?
I think Syphax should defend as well.
Yeah, Syphax, watch my back.
You got it, guys.
I can definitely scout. I'll
Okay.
keep my visor up.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Syphax will be on the defense. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, with that said, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, start us off, please, my good man, with a survival check as you weave the calm and serene, firefly-illuminated, like, hamlet of Lokir Bitterroot and start heading into the drier biome of the rather crude fog forest. You're able to find your old tracks relatively easily. You know, you kept them in the forefront of your mind even throughout the duration of your rest. And they were only, you know, a mere 200, 300 feet from camp at this time. You find the large set of footprints, well, creature prints, I suppose I should say. Do you desire to pursue that trail?
I guess first and foremost, I point them out to everyone and ask if anyone in the party is familiar with that kind of a track. And then,
shit.
yeah, I'd like to probably pursue that.
Damn, I would say Syphax is not. Syphax, I would say, doesn't even have the ability to roll. Is anyone is anyone proficient in like nature, or yeah? I mean, is anyone proficient in nature? The nature skill?
No, I'm not. You got a good roll for it. But...
Technically, yeah.
Check mark next to it.
That would be the decider. I mean, I would say Ulzgud is pretty nature prone, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. I would say no other party member has anywhere near the animal experience you do, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Not only just because they haven't been in this area as much as you, but just they're far less of wilderness types, compared to you, man. You I mean, shit, you're the only one proficient in nature around here, as far as I can see. Waldwood might be a close second, but I'm honestly not even sure. Let's see. Yeah, so with that being said, unfortunately, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, no one really pipes up, with any kind of declarative, Syphax like, looks serious to me.
Probably right, Syphax.
That's all you get. It should be said, it's a, you get a better look at it now in the daylight, and it is a, like, large, sort of rounded print, that seems to have, like, two front-facing, toes of some caliber and a back toe. Pretty sizable. Not gargantuan, but not small. Definitely ain't no Struthiomimus.
Cool. Good to know.
Let's see. And you gentlemen are off on the way. Mandion and Gelden, would you please give me some perception checks?
Perception checks coming in. That's persuasion. Perception.
Nice work. Keeping a damn fine eye out for any potential dangers. You spot that the trail that Ulzgud Bone-Breaker is leading the party on is fairly close to what looks to be a pretty web-ridden part of, like, the dead trees. There's a pretty clear web formation in some trees not too far away from the trail. So you do well to just point those out to Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, and Ulzgud Bone-Breaker can adjust a bit, leading the party as clear away from that potential danger as possible.
I will. I'll tell Ulzgud that if he needs a utility against that, I can throw a firebolt at it. But just let me know. I'm sure it'd be good against webs.
Yeah, keep that ready.
Always fireball it.
Oh yes, you can always fireball it. Oh my god. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, pointing on Mandion Gelden, you other than that immediate danger, you don't find too much, gentlemen. And for the first, let's see here. Whoops. First hour of your journey, doesn't seem like it, pulls up anything very eventful at all. Who would like to roll to see what's encountered in the fog forest?
Skeezewell.
What do I roll?
It is a 12-sided dice you may roll, Master Binbag, to determine what random effect will be greeted upon the party. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Was it a 6?
Ooh. Ah. Ah, yes. Okay. Okay. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, as you are pushing along over some of the, twisted, gnarled stumps and trying to keep a clear eye on these larger footpaths that, clearly have no regard for the trees, and you can see quite clearly where the very bark has been indented wherever this creature has stood upon the trees as it was seemingly lumbering its way south, deeper into the heart of the fog forest. You hear something you weren't expecting to hear at all. The barking of a dog. Not too far away at all. Skeezewell, Binbag, Syphax, you guys are in the first, you guys are immediate to react, turning about face to the right and seeing a small pooch, it seems to you. Skeezewell, Binbag, you take notice of a rather fancy collar around the dog's neck.
Skeezewell wants to use Mage Hand to try and grab the dog by the collar.
Yeah, you have to take about a good step or so forward, Skeezewell, Binbag, and as the Mage Hand comes unraveling out, the dog barks and races offward, in fear, away from the party, out of sight.
Alright.
I don't like this.
What will you do, Crimson Bones?
Which way did the dog go in relevance to our hunt?
Let's see, you boys are southbound. That dog just pushed westward. You can hear it barking in the distance. And with a few seconds passing, the creature appears back. Once again, probably a good 40 feet or so away, peering out from underneath some briars. Continuing to bark.
All right, boys, cover me. I will start casting my cantrip of Speak with Animals.
Careful,
Ooh.
Ulzgud. There might be another
ritual.
hunting party. Keep you covered, and I will use my scouting abilities, so watch out.
Well done, Mandion and Gelden. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Will you attempt to get up to any type of vantage point? You might want to.
yeah, probably. Any advantage I can get, yes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you can attempt to scale a tree if you fucking dare, or you can try to find, maybe like a tilted tree that you can, just get partially up on, or maybe some type of, rock formation that's
turning
turning
on
out the
any,
ground.
low branches or any rocks or something. That'd be my best choice. I don't want to try to scale any trees.
Very good. Very good. Very good. You have to hunt around a little bit, but eventually found, a pretty decent-sized mound that gives you an all-right view of the area. Syphax is like, oh, what are you doing, Ulzgud?
Ulzgud is just barking in different dog levels, trying to match the dog.
Yeah, you're all watching it. It's like Ulzgud is just getting some kind of some type of dialect seemingly going on. It's like, oh, wow, I guess I see what's going on here. And Syphax just pays outward attention. And 10 minutes go by. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, as you cast as a ritual, speak with animals. One of the only inane spells that you have lodged firmly in your memory. An ancient custom of your people. And eventually, the dog, who, it should be said, every minute or so, it seemed like it was pushing into a certain set of briars, out of sight, barking a bit more, and then coming back into view, rather expectedly, and showing this behavior, repeatedly over the course of these 10 minutes. Gets a bit grating to a point, and you gentlemen have most certainly, spent 10 minutes in an area where, there's been a barking dog, so, fucking, if there's anything or anyone around, what likely knows, something's up. Anyway, with that being said, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, the barks of this kind of like white sheepdog almost, it appears to be, some type of like white, larger white terrier-esque dog. The barks turn from that bassy, harsh tone to words, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, that you understand. As your eyes flash open with the ritual being completed, you are now able to move a bit of more free form, and you can hear a hey, coming from the dog's direction. And you have
I look at the dog and ask him, "What do you want?"
Help!
With
Hey,
what?
help! Over here! And the dog pushes out of sight. Beneath this briar patch, in the same direction it had been going for some time now. Over here! The dog continues out of sight.
Well, I just relayed to the party that the dog wants us to follow into the briars asking for help. I don't particularly want to help, though. What do you guys want to do?
Oh.
Yeah, it might be a trap. We have a long way to go. What do you think? There shouldn't be anyone else around here, should there?
No.
Yeah, Syphax is kind of knowing it over. He's like, I don't know. It's weird, but I feel like if someone was going to attack us, they would have got tired of waiting and just come out and done it by now. And he kind of like raises his voice and looks around. And an animal in need is an animal indeed.
Skeezewell starts pushing Syphax along. He wants to keep the party moving.
Around to cover Syphax.
Well, hey, okay, boys, I'm with you.
Go on.
Huh.
Go on, lad.
No.
Skeezewell sees slicker of the streets. Knows when something's too good to be true.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn. Wary, Skeezewell Binbag seems to usher the party forth. It's up to you, gentlemen, Crimson Bones, what you desire to do. As you're kind of mulling it over and discussing it and just about to get on your way, the dog comes back into frame again, from beneath this briar patch. It's like, hey, help!
I just yell at the dog. Tell me with what, or I won't.
My master needs help! Help!
Well, guys, his master's hurt. Do you guys want to keep going or go?
Dog, it should be said. For everyone else that doesn't speak dog, it's like it's turning into a bit more of like a howling, like a wailing now. What do you desire to do, Crimson Bones?
I will volunteer that I can follow the dog, and if there's anything wrong, I can fire my gun to alert them, but they can keep moving. Or, if you guys want to just keep moving and not get into any more trouble, fine with that.
What do you think, Skeezewell?
Skeezewell wants to fire blast the dog. Skeezewell's tired of the antics, and he thinks there's some sort of demon energy, and he is violently bursting into anger, launching a fireball directly in the direction of the canine.
Ooh. I guess that answers that.
You guys watch this. Like, Skeezewell is pushing Syphax along. It's like, okay, I'm going. Why are you snarling like that? And then all of a sudden, the Skeezewell Binbag just like coldly, like almost from beneath his robe, just woof, you see Mandion and Gelden, the small orange bead dotting through the air.
Jesus.
What you know to be a fireball. The small animal will attempt to get out of the way. It rolled a fucking natural 20. Holy shit! It rolled a fucking natural 20. I rolled it to myself because I thought it was gonna be pathetic. But it's real. It's real. The dog jumps the fuck out of the way. You can hear a yelp. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you hear, oh shit! and just like the screams. It burns! It burns! Like that's what you hear, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Everyone else just hears a barking dog. And as the black smoke clears, a bit of the nearby brush appeared to be illuminated in flame from the incredible explosion. Syphax is like, oh fuck! He's like shielding himself from the blast. A good amount of the briar patch is just eliminated completely. And the charred dog is tossed over yonder beyond what was once the briar patch, over into a nearby clearing. And as the smoke
be a dog.
as the smoke clears, that is the fireball has been launched.
Yeah.
Well, so the dog's dead. We don't hear anything else.
You wait a few seconds to pass, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, after this deafening explosion, and you do hear like the oh my leg, oh my leg. Mandion and Skeezewell, you hear a barking dog.
Follow the screams. We'll get his gold.
Jesus Christ, Skeezewell.
Skeezewell starts reluctantly trudging towards the scream.
Okay. You start making Skeezewell Binbag making its way over. Syphax says, are we gonna stop this? Syphax says, as fucking Skeezewell Binbag just pushing his way through the billowing cloud of smoke that's dissipating off the ground, the flames surrounding nearby him as he's moving up against this dog that's like crawling on the ground away from Skeezewell Binbag over into this small dirt patch in this clearing.
I'll let him continue to cook.
Mandion Gelden is watching on from his small hill, and he closes his visors visor against the flames and tries to keep an eye out,
Very
trying
good.
to hold his duties.
Very good. Very good. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you can hear the fainting, you know, getting ever so faint. The over here, over here, over here of this animal beast who is well, charred half to death by Skeezewell Binbag. Skeezewell Binbag, your footfalls are drawing ever closer to this small, whimpering mammal. Its white fur charred, partially black by your fireball assault.
Am I within reach of the dog now?
Not quite, not quite. You it is up to you if you desire to do so. You can be.
Am I within mage hand reach? I want to just now attempt to capture him as well.
Ooh, alright. Okay, yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Once order has been established.
It's possible. It's possible. What are the specifications of Mage Hand, pray tell?
So there is a weight limit. So that's like a force limit.
That may be the, I mean, that you know, that'll probably be the only thing stopping you.
Yeah, 10 pounds. I mean, a dog can kind of crash that way.
Yeah, it's probably a good, you know, it's probably about like a medium-sized dog, I would say. And you can see now that the wounded creature, its back leg, seemed to be busted out from under it, is digging rather fervently with its front paws in this patch in the dirt in this field, using the last of its energy to do so.
Hold on, how far away is it though?
It's probably, well, it's within Mage Hand range, so you're like 30 feet away.
All right, Skeezewell is going to reach the mage hand into his bag and grab a rope.
Ooh.
Oh shit! All right, Skeezewell has to kind of get closer because he only has 25 feet of rope.
Okay, yeah, it can be done.
He needs to loop the rope around the dog's collar, and then bring it back to him with the mage hand.
All right. Okay. So be it. So be it. Easily done. Easily done, I would say.
Delete.
The dog seems pretty fixated on digging and barking over at this area. And within a few moments, Skeezewell Binbag, you have leashed this dog to one degree or another. What do you desire to do now, you sick animal?
All right, so you say the dog is like digging the ground,
It is. It is digging in a
like
particular
soft.
spot in the ground.
like soft ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Would you say that it is loose earth?
I would say that. I would say that. Yeah. Yep. I would say that. Yes.
All right, with the dog on the leash, Skeezewell is going to cast Mold Earth
Ooh.
on a 5-foot cube of that loose earth where the dog is digging, like down. So I want to dig a giant hole.
Very good. Very good.
5-foot cube of loose
So you see the
earth.
dog kind of like backs up as you begin to conjure up, and the loose soil, you know, like rises out from this area and dissipates over into a pile on the side of it.
Nice.
And the dog barks, peering within the hole that you have just crafted.
All right, Skeezewell's gonna look in the hole.
Okay, you push up closer. Getting just about up to the mouth of the hole and peering down inside. You see a small, fair-skinned hand, stained black with the soil, holding a leash It appears to you to be the body of a child.
Shit.
And upon closer inspection, it seems to you that in this hand that you've uncovered, she was once holding a leash that looks quite similar to the dog's collar, as you recollect.
Creepy.
What will you do, Skeezewell Binbag?
Skeezewell is going to alert the party members
Very good.
because he is shocked by what he
Yeah, you've not what you were expecting to find at all. And as you turn your shoulder to alert the party, you find that the dog is no longer there.
Oh,
Do I still have the collar?
The collar is gone
On the
as
end of
well.
the rope?
It is now you're just holding rope.
That's fucked up. Skeezewell, upon realizing this, is going to put the dirt back.
You
And very carefully return it to its original.
yeah, you just whoop right back and just step away. What's the matter, Skeezewell? What'd you find over there? Syphax says.
No, go away.
Oh, all right. Dog roaster.
and he
You
uses
must-
his hand as a
Maybe
visor.
things going out of hand.
Tries to see what Skeezewell's is talking about.
Yeah, it was fucking. Skeezewell Binbag was the only witness to what occurred there. Yeah, and he rejoins the party, ready to continue the adventure. Oh man. Okay, that gentleman. with that out of the way, you carry on through the fog forest. Master Bone-Breaker, a survival check, please. You are able to, you're able to stay on the trail, but you have a hard time. There's a lot of obstacles in between you and like a direct route on the trail, so you find yourself having to kind of like, take the party on a bit of a detour here, detour there. Less ideal than you would like. However, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you do, just because you are, I would say so adept at doing so. You can tell the tracks are getting fresher, so you are in fact making some headway. With that being said, Mandion and Gelden, I'd like a perception check out of you, please.
You got it. Wow.
No, alas, it's you still aren't quite used to, the dead. Many, there's not very, there's hardly any weeds on the trees. There's hardly anything in the way of vegetation at all in the fog forest. Everything is dead. It's mostly all dead wood, briar bushes, and etc., etc. But you still find it so difficult to like look through the trees, beyond and find any kind of identifying creatures or anything familiar. Really, it all looks the same to you, and it's almost like
I don't know how you're doing this. It's gold.
it's very, very intrusive, almost like the fog forest. It's almost like the branches, point at you as you move through the land. It's it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable being in the fog forest generally.
Gross.
And it's just, the unnatural calmness of the area. It's almost unnatural, truly, in its nature. So with this hour or so passing by and getting closer and closer, hotter and hotter on the source of the trail, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, I'd like a perception check out of you. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. That's, oof, that was gonna be pivotal. Okay, I just need to. You hear like a, you hear something. Not very far away from you at all, probably about a good 100 feet or so away. It sounds to you kind of like almost like a snorting, like the... Give me a nature check, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. It won't diminish your 21 perception check, but this will help narrow at... Oh! Fine. You're like, what's that noise? Grunting. What? No, snorting. Some type of, you know, hooved animal, perhaps. The snort of a hooved animal, large, big. Not far. Probably only 150 feet or so away. Buffalo size. You can tell just by hearing it. It's not quite in sight yet, but it's in a, you know, probably just over yonder, 150 feet away. On the other side of it, probably sizable-looking briar patch. You think the quarry you've been chasing lies beyond.
We're closing in, boys. Our game's right there.
Oh, right there. Mandion pulls out his palm pistol.
You see Syphax takes out his dagger and like puts it in his mouth, and he's like crawling on all fours. Syphax again, he put like some mud on his face, and he's in it. He's in it right now.
Nice.
He doesn't want to be the one to disappoint. Seems like to you.
Good.
And pushing. What's our plan, boys?
Let's close in on this beast.
Okay.
I even threaten to stay if we can, maybe even surround it.
All right. I mean, at this point, we're ditching. You know, as soon as Ulzgud, you heard what could be the quarry. Our travel rolls are coming to an end, and now we're in a scenario, gentlemen. Our travel phase is over. You've been alerted that there's something in a clearing, probably about 150 feet or so away, potentially. No visual yet. What's our plan of attack, Crimson Bones? Are we sneaking?
I would like to.
Alright, if we're sneaking, we know what has to happen. We know what has to happen. It's stealth check time for all involved. Syphax attempts to keep low, but he's having a hard time. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you find yourself having a little bit of a hard time as well. The ground here is kind of uneven and very rooty, so keeping your frame low to the ground and moving in any kind of fluid and comfortable way is going to be difficult. It's also a good amount of briar patches, that are in between you and the quarry as well in this area. So navigating is going to be difficult. Skeezewell, Binbag, you find yourself getting, your cloak of things gets caught on some briars and branches.
Hold on, everyone.
As soon as you unleash yourself, you turn forward and find yourself, your branch finds you, pretty much almost right in the eye. You're having a little bit, you're having it the worst so far. Manny and Gelden's, really not dragging the team down as far as it's concerned. Manny and Gelden, you're doing the best you can.
That's all I can ask for.
The uneven ground doesn't really bother you, but you're naturally just unstealthy, so it kind of counterbalances. All right, Ulzgud, where do you want me going?
You take the left.
Left side it is. And let's see. So yeah, size. Okay. Yeah. Now I need to do a little thinking about what it's all gonna mean. Let's see. We've got Syphax. Let's start with him. He's going leftward, so he'll end up here on the map. Okay, where's everyone else heading? My sweet Crimson Bones.
I think I should stay back so I don't make any noise. I'll stay behind you, Ulzgud, until we actually make visual contact. Maybe
when we
Syphax
get
and
close enough-
Skeezewell can go on either side.
Yeah. When we get close enough, since I have the highest stealth, I guess I'll do the flank around.
Okay, do you want to go like all the way around Ulzgud Bone-Breaker? Is that what you
Yeah,
are going for?
I kind of think we should surround this thing.
Okay. Now Syphax went leftward, and he's probably going to attack from the leftern flank. You probably don't expect him to go, to go long like you plan to do. Are you going to go left on his flank to wrap around, or head right on your own?
I will wrap with Syphax, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So I mean, just like you and Syphax will be, a unit for a little while here. As you guys creep around left. And Mandion, you're sticking with Ulzgud too, right? Is that the play, or are you just hanging here?
I'm gonna hang here. Yeah, I didn't know where Ulzgud was gonna do. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I'm gonna stay back until I make visual contact. I'll keep moving up, but once I see anything, I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Okay. I mean, you can find yourself, wading through some of the through the knee-high briars, where your other companions wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like keep low and trudge without really worrying about damaging yourself, because thanks to your fucking suit of adamantine armor that you fucking got. It's pretty handy, it turns out. And Skeezewell Binbag, what are you thinking, my friend?
Skeezewell's just gotta be within fireball range.
Okay. Very good. Hey, so be it. Let's see, make sure Mandion Gelden's looking good here. You're probably gonna try to keep Mandion Gelden in visual sight too, I imagine. Right, Skeezewell Binbag?
Yeah, I don't want to be in the briars with him, but I do want to be able to attack who he calls out.
Okay. I mean, you're probably gonna be. I imagine you're just gonna be like, behind him a little ways. Yeah, since you're gonna, you have to go around the briars and kind of navigate obstacles a bit more. But you'll do your best to always keep him at least in visual sight. At the very least. And Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Let's see, how you doing? 15 stealth. Let's see. You're wrapping around Syphax's side, and you're getting, you're getting pretty close to this area over here. You've probably pushed up a good 75 feet or so now on this western flank. And at this point, you can kind of make out what looks to be a big orange four-legged beast of some kind. It has a rather long neck that ends in a pretty mean-looking head, and a rather long tail that ends in a bulbous, almost like club type orientation. It is orange furred, it seems to you, but it's difficult to make out too much more at this range. Definitely looks like a large creature. Syphax, oh
Take
shit!
a look at Syphax. I'm like, those are some bones I ain't seen before.
Fuck me, I've never seen anything fucking like that. That thing's like a warthog buffalo fucking thing. What is that shit?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Fuck me. I mean, do you want me to sit here and wait for your signal?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You see me going in, Syphax? Hit me with a little inspiration, buddy.
You got it, man. Good luck. And you keep serving around. Should be said, Syphax is in position now, 100 feet away or so from this creature, laying prone in just underneath a little tiny bit of foliage. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, give me a... Oh shit, dude. I don't know. I feel like I should give you something here. Give me an athletics check. This will be a general indicator of your speed in getting this flank done, because you kind of have to go if you want to get behind this creature. To what you think the opposite end of this arena is going to be. You're going to have to go like a good 100 feet around or so.
Okay.
A proper flank. It's going to be right. Okay, so with that being said, it's going to take a 14 athletics, probably only a minute or two for you to wrap around there. Mandion Gelden, about like a minute or so. You are like pushing through the very edge of the briars, and I'll have you make a perception check, please, Mandion Gelden.
Got it.
As you're coming into just about a clearing here, and you really don't see much.
I hate it. I'll try to stay low and be careful because I don't know what's going on yet.
Unsure, and the silence kind of deafening, you resolve to remain stationary, but you're pretty much at the foot of the clearing. Aside next to a stump for cover, but you.
Yeah, not much I can do then.
You don't see too much. You do hear Master Binbag just over your shoulder as he kind of crunches on a twig or two. He's probably a good 50 feet or so over your shoulder. And that, Mandion Gelden, when you kind of turn after you hear the snap of Skeezewell Binbag stepping on a small branch, that's when you hear the of like a large beast, breathing and like shaking, and then you look over and you see what you didn't see before, what you thought was probably just a rock, has risen up, and it is a large orange beast, four-legged, long neck, pointed face, almost like a bat, long ears with these tusks that come curling upward, rather meanly. It certainly ain't no fucking beast you've seen before, and it hasn't quite seen you, but you realize now that you are a little out of position. And this creature could, glance over and see you, so it's perhaps potentially best to just remain completely stationary.
Yeah, there's no better cover around except for this stump, huh?
Definitely not. Nothing that you could like Gears of War cover transition to smoothly. There's nothing that ain't out of reach.
All right, I'll just act like a rock and try to point my gun as much as I can without acting obvious.
Sick. And Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you are now pulling up, far on the other end of this clearing. I'm pretty sure where you want to be. Let's see. I mean, you're looking juicy. You're a good 95 feet away or so from this creature. And if you had to guess, you're probably almost 80 feet away from Syphax or so. You're down there. You're in.
Okay.
And with that, gentlemen, there's really no clear line of communication between any of you, and I would say you aren't really in visual sight of anyone except for Mandion and Skeezewell. That's about it, boys. What do you want to do? What's the call?
So we're all surrounding it, correct?
As far as you can tell, you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, can only imagine so. You can't, you can't make visual ID on Skeezewell or Mandion, but you can only assume that they're, they're nearby you, and ready.
I left Mandion in his spot. I walked Syphax to his, and I made it to mine. I can only assume we're good to go. I told Syphax if you saw me going in to back a boy up, so with that in mind, I would like to dash into the fray.
Okay. All right, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you push outward. You're full-on sprint booking it for the creature.
Yep.
Okay, give me a. Well, you know what? It don't matter. You've already passed the checks. There's no need for another one. How much distance can you travel in a dash?
80 feet.
80 feet. You close the distance. See, I'm gonna give you that entire 80 feet to the best of my ability here. Yeah, that's good. 80 feet brings you a mere 30 feet away from the creature. Now, as you're sprinting upward, your other party members will have the ability to spring into action here in some regard. Mandion, Gelden, you notice out of the corner of what would be your left eye, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker rising up out of the foliage and just booking it and fucking tries his fucking big two-handed weapon the size of a fucking child and just gunning it for that fucking thing. And then you look, what would be, now that you're looking, directly at Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, out of your left periphery again, you see Syphax. Oh shit! And he kind of like scrambles and like stumbles out of his hiding position as he's like running and like making his way out into the field too. Syphax is coming.
Okay. Do I have an estimate how far away this thing is, or is it way out there?
We're probably talking a good 80 feet or so for you, Mandy and Gelden.
Okay.
Roughly.
I'd like to start dashing out there then as well.
Ooh, okay, all right. What's your dash speed? What are we talking?
It's 60, so I would like to. Sorry. Yeah, my speed is 30, so I would go 60 on a dash.
That can get you pretty fucking close to the creature.
Yeah, I don't want to go that full range. I want to go 40, so I'm only gonna go 10 over my actual, movement.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the dash action to do it.
Okay. You could meet up with Syphax. You could attack this creature from a different, from the direction that you're coming at, and that would be seemingly surrounding the creature. It would appear to you.
That's what I'm planning to go for. I chose that distance because it's the distance of my palm pistol without disadvantage.
Oh,
so.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'll be 40 feet away or whatever.
Yeah. It's the creature's about 35 feet so away from you. As far where you end up in the field. It was good. You notice that your right periphery had the metal man, Mandion Gelden, as he steps out into the fray, and
I'm gonna take a palm pistol shot as soon as I get into range.
So be it. Skeezewell, Binbag, you 50 feet over Mandion's shoulder. All you have is the opportunity to watch him get up and start going. What do you want to do, Skeezewell, Binbag? You aren't sure what he's moving in for, but you can only assume that, it's happening.
Skeezewell's gonna follow him.
Are you dashing as well?
I'm dashing. I guess.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So be it. With you dashing, oh shit. Whoops. With you dashing, that gets you into the field of play. And you push out past these briars into a clearing and spot this large orange beast. And that, gentlemen, is where we will call our session for the night.
Look at the tail on that thing. All right.
Face to face with this terrible beast, and it seems like it's about to go fucking down. Very good, boys.
Nice.
Well, we will resolve this in the next episode. Thank you all so much for playing, as usual.
Thank you.
I'm glad it could happen.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it can happen again next week, if all falls well.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. I'll be here.
Fantastic, gentlemen. Simply fantastic.